So I had a conversation with with Coach, and he resigned this morning, and I accepted the resignation. And I will just tell you that I really thank Coach for all he's done over 2 really hard years. He really helped take this program through some very turbulent times, and I will forever be grateful for his leadership during that time. But I also think it's exciting moving forward. You think about all the things that are coming up in Cowboy football, a new press box that's scheduled to be here in the fall of 23, back playing at night next year. This is a very coveted job. And I am extremely confident that we're going to get the right guy to come in here and take this program uh, to extremely high heights. I think that we have an unbelievable ceiling. I think our ceiling right now is probably higher than it's ever been, and I'm looking forward to talking to these individuals and getting the right guy in here to do that.
Okay. We're going to open it up for Coach Schroyer.
Have you named anybody interim for the next week and a half so you could have kind of a recruiting process?
No, right now, I've named Tanner. Tanner is going to oversee all of the football operations. I thought that was better than just having naming an interim for a short amount of time. So Tanner's going to be running all of the football operations.
For the short amount of time, you're expecting like a short timetable? Do you think this can happen quickly?
It could happen in 2 days or 2 weeks or whenever. I just want to make sure that we get the right person. I want to be able to vet the people adequately that we're going to be talking to. This is a huge hire. This is a huge hire for this university. It's a huge hire for this community, for our department, and we need to get this right. So obviously sooner than later is my goal, but I'm not going to rush and not do my due diligence.
Most people in your position usually have like an idea or two or a short list. Is that something that you have in your hip pocket?
I don't know if a short list, but I know the characteristics that I want. And there's obviously some individuals out there that fit those characteristics.
What are you looking for in a coach?
I think anytime you look for a new coach, and everywhere is a little bit different. I think fit is something that's really important. Fit in the community, that understands the culture of Cowboy football, the expectations of Cowboy football. I'm looking for people who build a program around a strong culture, on and off the floor accountability, or on and off the field accountability. Um, Proven winner, someone who has been a part of winning programs and been a part of building programs, and someone that really understands the expectations on and off the field of Cowboy football.
4 coaches in 5 years. Um, that's a lot. That's a lot of turnover. Are you concerned about regression of the program? And if it's not regression, it's the difficulty of taking that 1.5, and 2 steps forward when you have this kind of coaching turnover.
Well, I think you can look all across the country. There's a lot of turnover every year, and there's turnover. This year, I don't know how many jobs are open, but I look at it, and I'm very thankful for what Coach has done here for us in a lot of ways. But I'm also excited. This is a very coveted job. This is a really good football job, and the people that have already reached out is mind blowing. But no, I think that we're going to get an unbelievable pool of candidates. I am excited about where we're at. I think right now our ceiling for Cowboy football has never been higher. When you talk about the new press box that we're going to get, the commitment level that we have, the community, the and the hunger that this community has for us to be back where we ultimately need to be, and that's relevant in the national scene. And I'm not afraid to say that. I'm going to say that to any and everybody that I talk to. But I'm excited. I'm sad to see Coach go as a friend because I really like him a lot. But I'm also excited about the ceiling that we have for Cowboy football, and what we're going to be able to attract here.
Are you looking for someone that wants to go to FBS?
Um, you know what? It's a great question, Jim. I think that those will be in conversations. Um, I think that we've made it known publicly that our ultimate goal is to go to that level, and someone that is that wants that same challenge for sure. That's something that's going to be talked about on the front end, not the back end.
So was there a meeting to inform the players?
Well, I just got done meeting with the staff, and we have a team meeting at 5 o'clock today.
What was that process like with Frank? I mean, was it something that you found out about today, or what was all that process?
Well, I mean, we had a conversation, and obviously, we have a year-end meeting Tuesday after Thanksgiving, and just like I do with every other sport when they finish up their team and then or their season. And yeah, I got a call from coach and from his agent, and this is what he wanted to do, and wanted to resign, and obviously I accepted the resignation. We had a great conversation. We had another one about an hour and a half ago. I wish him the best. I mean, Coach is a grade A person, and someone I admire as a man and as a person. But we're going to move forward and as swiftly and as quickly as we can.
You mentioned fit. Typically, at least some of the last hires have all, some of them have had some type of tie to either Louisiana or McNeese. Is that something that even plays a little bit? I know you're not a Louisiana guy.
I don't think it. I mean, I don't think it weighs. It's not a deal breaker for me. I think that if you're really good and you're able to, and you have a plan and you have a culture and you know how to deal with people, I think that you can place those people anywhere as long as they have strong staff around them. But make no mistake, I mean, this is a hotbed for talent in this area. You go up and down I-10, there's a lot of really good players here. But do they have to be from here or coached here? Or no, not at all. The fit for me is from the personality standpoint. Understanding what Lake Charles and Southwest Louisiana is. I personally have fell in love with it. I love it here. But understand what it is and who and what we are, and really getting to dive into these men as people to understand a great fit.
It's now been since basically 2017 since you've had a full recruiting cycle with the same coach and that. How important is it to get stability in the program?
I think it's really important. I think that, you want someone that wants to be here and build a program and embrace this community, embrace this university. But I want to get the right guy. I'm not someone that says, hey, whoever you hire has to be here 10 years. I think that's really unrealistic in today's world. But I also want someone that is here to truly build a program and do that from A to Z, and develops a great culture and develops something that can sustain itself for a long, long time.
One of the things that in the past I was talking about is bringing an entertaining style too. Is that something you're looking for as an offensive guy after the last couple of years, or?
Well, I've always said that athletics is entertainment. I think that playing an exciting style is obviously something that's appealing, but it makes if we win 3-0, I would rather win 3-0 than lose 30-27 or whatever. So for us, winning is very, very important. Someone that has been a part of winning before is something that's really, really at the top of my list. But for sure, we are. I mean, there's only so many discretionary dollars, and the world has changed, and this country's changed, and athletics has changed, and we have to be at the forefront of that. So getting someone that obviously plays a style that fans love to watch, I think obviously is something that will weigh into this decision.
Coach, kind of a two-part question. Do you fall in the camp that as an AD, you want to be able to hire your own head football coach, or really any head coach in that sense? And the other side of it, what's going to be the process? Will it be Heath Schroyer, or will it be some type of committee, if you will, to vet, or will it's going to fall directly on you and then the president takes a look at it?
It will. The president and I had a conversation, and this is going to be me and the athletic department's decision. period. And this is my job. My job is to hire coaches, and I don't take it lightly. And I'm going to do my due diligence. But I'm not afraid to say it up here. The buck stops with me, and I'm going to hire this gentleman.
And another follow up to that is you mentioned about the 10 years and your period now. Really, the juncture of Cowboy football right now. Is this one of those decisions that you feel will be a part of your legacy here as AD? Is it that important?
For sure. I think that the hiring and the decisions, the personnel decisions going in an athletic department is something that every AD wears. I'm not afraid of that. I mean, I know that. I knew that coming in, but I'm very, very confident that we're going to get the right guy here. I think that being a coach here, coming from the outside here and falling in love with this place, and really engulfing myself in the community, I think I'm in a really good position to understand fit, from a personality standpoint to understanding the fans, understanding what the program, where the program has been, where we are, where we're trying to go. I think I have a really good understanding of that from all of my experiences that come in to where I'm, from where I'm at today. So, I'm able to express all those things to people sitting across the table from them. I've been here. I wasn't here. That I can have real conversations with them about my own personal experiences, and I've sat in the seat. I was a head coach for 12 years. I mean, I've been in college athletics as a coach for 26 years. So I know what it is. I know what, I'm not saying I know everything about football, but I know what coaches look like. And, and I think that, for us, this is a really, really important hire.
Obviously, it's still kind of fresh, but ideally, when would you like to have your guy in place?
When we get the right guy. I know that's probably not the answer you want, but obviously we want to get it done sooner and later to bring, as Jim said, as much stability to the program as possible as soon as we can. But I don't want to rush and not do my due diligence. I want to talk to a handful of people. I want to do my own background check. I want to sit in front of people. So whenever that, I feel comfortable and, and Tanner and I are really going to run this thing together. And, when we feel comfortable, then, we'll pull the trigger and go from there.
And does some of that have to do with, the early signing day? A lot of people make a big deal out of it, but it feels like sometimes that's more for the kind of the top of college football, the Power Fives. You guys usually sign a bigger class in the second part anyway, and is that kind of part of the decision too, that you don't have to necessarily rush?
No, I'm not going to rush, but at the same time, I'm not going to waste time. I'm not going to waste time, but I'm not going to rush. I think getting the right person is the most important thing. Whether that is in 2 days, 3 days, or 2 weeks, but getting the right person, because that person is going to be here for an extended amount of time, not just for one recruiting cycle. So I think that the most important thing for me is to make sure that we get this right, and get someone that really wants to be here, and get someone that understands, again, the expectations of Cowboy football. We got great bones. I mean, this is a very, very coveted job. There's a lot of banners up there, and everyone in the country understands how good we can be, how good we should be. And I'm not afraid to express the expectations we have for this program on and off the field.
And Heath, if you don't mind, you mentioned that there was a lot of job openings, and there's going to be more job openings on different levels of college football. Did you get any inclination that Frank was interested in moving on? Did you get a vibe from him through the course of the year that this was going to be short term for him?
No, I didn't, but I'm also not naive either. I know Frank has an unbelievable reputation as a recruiter. I know that there's been a lot of SEC jobs that were open. So, was I surprised? Probably not, in a way. I mean, coach is really good, and there's obviously been a lot of movement in the SEC in particular. So, but honestly, nothing surprises me in college athletics anymore.
You had mentioned, you kind of thanked him for being here through the tough time. The stability for this job after everything that's happened the last 2 years is probably a little bit better maybe now than, because when you guys hired him, you were just about to hit the APR restrictions, and then obviously everything that kind of followed.
sure.
Are you guys kind of in a better base now that it's, I guess the view is more open from here on?
I think there's no question. I think that right now we have the highest ceiling that we maybe have ever had in Cowboy football. I mean, you think about the new press box that's going to be there. It will be $15 million. I mean, it will be a first-class press box. The commitment level from the university, from this department, I think for sure is an all-time high. Just looking at the amount of strength coaches we have now, the amount of trainers we have now, the academic support we have now. It's just so much. It's a better job now than it ever has been. And I think our ceiling is through the roof. I mean, it's higher now than it's ever been. So there's no question in my mind that we're going to get a great head coach in here. And but I will tell you that the interest in this job, it's real. It's happened not even an hour ago, and my phone is literally blowing off ringing off the hook, and it's a very, very coveted job.
Who will be the one talking to the current team about, because you got to worry about portal and all that and kind of calm their nerves?
I will have the first conversation with them. Obviously, I talked to the assistant coaches about about that as well, Jim. But hey, anytime there's a coaching change, there's a lot. I mean, obviously, you can imagine that the assistant coaches are getting phone calls, the players are getting phone calls. I mean, it's it's a crazy, crazy time. So I think when the dust settles, for everyone to calm down. But right now, we're leaning on the assistant coaches. Obviously, Tanner is the point person leading the program. Kelsey is someone else we're relying on really heavily. But that's why it's important to. And I will start, obviously, when I'm done this press conference, getting on the phone and vetting, start vetting the candidates.
So, Heath, you're saying Wilson will not talk to the players?
I don't know that yet.
Has anybody applied from UL yet, or expressed interest at least?
I don't know that yet. I haven't looked at everybody yet. It's a good question, though, Rick.
Final question for me. Obviously you've made this is now I think your third coaching hire, I believe, since you've been here, at least.
I guess. Here we go.
Obviously getting tested by fire as AD. Do you feel like maybe those two searches, they were vastly different, have maybe helped prepare you to kind of hire a football coach?
For sure. I mean, I think that I take a lot of pride in it. I think it's if it's not the number one, I think it's the 1A job description for this title. I think being able to make personnel decisions is ultimately my responsibility, and I don't take it lightly. I think that, again, getting the right person and the right fit. Everywhere is different. In different parts of the country, but there are some things I think that are real characteristics no matter where you are, and that's if you've been a part of winning, you know how to win. Being a part of rebuilding and building programs, being someone that really understands the importance of culture and having a strong culture from A to Z. But yeah, I mean, it's never easy. You wake up today and, all of a sudden things change, but it's college athletics, and it's what we sign up to do.
Heath, do you feel, I know you've been talking a lot about the positives, the undercurrent of that, do you feel pressure to be able to spin this positively, with Coach Wilson being here for technically, we'll call it 2 seasons, two campaigns, if you will, to the casual fan? The football fan that's been entrenched knows a little bit about this situation of college athletics, but the casual fan, do you feel pressure you're going to have to spin this in a positive manner?
Spin this to whom?
To the casual fan, or really to anybody, like you're trying to do here, to spin the fact that this is the 4th coach in 5 years, and Frank is leaving after what would consider a shorter period of time than really we thought would be.
Well, I don't think it's a spin. I think it's just reality. I mean, the reality is that we have a better job today, right now, than we've ever had in football. This is a better football job today than it was a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. we have a higher ceiling right now than we've ever had before. I think that, that it is all positive. And listen, I wish Coach the best. I mean, I have no ill feelings for Coach at all. But I also, at the same time, think it's exciting because I know the bones of this job. I know where we're at. I know where we've been, and I know where we're trying to go, and the commitment we have to get there. So we're going to get the right guy in here and the right fit, not only for the short term, but for the long term, to get this program back to be relevant nationally, like we should be.